The Jamaica Information Service salutes the nation's young people as the world observes International Youth Day 2016. Those 15 to 24 years old continue to propel Jamaica in the arts, in education, and most definitely in sports. On the show today, government's plans for this group.
We believe that Youth Month should be a celebration of youth culture. We want to ensure that Youth Month is alive, that Youth Month has the energy that is getting our young people into productive activity.
One sure way of empowering the nation's youth is through entrepreneurship. So School Zone visits St. Mary-based institution that's fostering future businessmen and women. Hi there, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Those features and more today on Jamaica Magazine.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is committed to ensuring that every Jamaican child has the best learning environment to thrive and needs your cooperation to make the education system work successfully.
What are the school's voluntary contributions for?
Co-curricular and sports activities and school development.
What amount are parents to contribute?
Your contributions are voluntary and the amount depends on the type of programs being offered by the school.
If my child is being denied access to school, can I complain to the ministry?
Yes. You can call or visit any of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's 6 regional offices or send an email to complaints@moey.gov.jm.
What support is there for PATH students?
PATH students are not expected to make contributions and are to be provided with 5 days free lunch as of this year.
Parents and guardians, do continue to make your voluntary financial contributions to your children's school. The institutions need your assistance for their school development and sporting activities. Remember, every child can learn. Every child must learn.
Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Friday, August 12. Government is assuring Jamaicans that it is paying close attention to environmental concerns as it considers plans for the development of all part. On July 19, China's Jinquan Iron and Steel Company JISCO signed an interest purchase agreement with UC Rosal for the sale of the bauxite company. The sale should be finalized by November, triggering plans for a $2 billion investment to establish an industrial zone in Nain, St. Elizabeth, including a coal-fired power plant. The Office of the Prime Minister released a statement yesterday acknowledging public concerns about those plans and reaffirming the administration's commitment to a transparent and rigorous process. The release said the administration would balance its economic growth aspirations with environmental imperatives and international obligations. To that end, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has directed the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA to ensure that it has the requisite expertise to effectively assess, monitor and advise the government. JISCO representatives are expected to visit the site in September 2016. In the interim, Prime Minister Holness has arranged a series of consultative meetings with representatives of NEPA, the Jamaica Bauxite Institute, Planning Institute of Jamaica, the Climate Control Advisory Committee, and other stakeholders. The OPM Press statement asserts that the transaction holds great potential for the development, revival, and expansion of the mining sector and other related value-added industries, but must be done on a sustainable basis. Jamaica is moving ever closer to a diversified energy portfolio with the opening of a clean, reliable and affordable renewable energy plant. The wind farm developed by BMR Jamaica Limited was opened in St. Elizabeth yesterday morning. Power from the 36-megawatt facility will be sold to the Jamaica Public Service Company under a 20-year power purchase agreement. The $90 million investment is the first private sector wind farm project in the Caribbean.
It is projects like BMR that continue to establish Jamaica as a clear renewables market leader within the Caribbean.
U.S. Ambassador Luis Moreno has praised Jamaica for the initiative, saying it will provide the country with a 5-fold increase in its clean energy production in only 4 years.
It will reach nearly 10% of national electricity capacity by 2017. And it's not just me who's noticing it. U.S. Congressman Jeff Duncan noted in June that the U.S. Congress that the best example we've seen so far of a country successfully transitioning to energy independence is Jamaica.
He also gave a commitment to help the country continue its drive to energy diversification.
Today, I want to issue a challenge. If Jamaica commits to getting 50% of its energy from renewable sources by 2030, the United States government and our innovative private sector will be there to make that commitment a reality.
A number of private children's homes across the island will be undergoing infrastructural upgrades starting this year. State Minister for Education, Youth and Information, Floyd Green, says each home will be placed on a schedule that will be developed by the Child Development Agency, CDA.
This is something that will continue not just for this year, but we want to ensure that in each of the homes here, and even the ones not represented, that we can say we have helped remove that burden to ensure that our children are getting a better quality of care, especially as it relates to infrastructure.
Minister Green was addressing operators of children's homes during a meeting on Tuesday. He said a proposal was also being considered for wards of the state to get preferential treatment at public health care facilities.
It cannot be that our wards of the state are in urgent need of some psychological intervention and they have to join the regular queue. So I have written to the Minister of Health. I expect that in a few weeks we will convene a meeting, because I am putting on the table that there must be a special track for wards of the state so that they can be processed in a quicker time, so that it can alleviate again some of the burdens, some of the realities that you have to face.
Members of the diaspora are being encouraged to get on board with the Farm Up Jamaica initiative and help boost local economic growth. Established in 2013 out of the Jamaica Diaspora Conference, Farm Up Jamaica Limited is a US-based non-profit organization that assists local farmers in the cultivation of organic produce.
We have so many diaspora that have lands that are laying fallow or all over Jamaica. And they're asking us if we'd go in there and farm up those lands so that they can now get an income from it and make a sustainable investment into Jamaica.
This is completely in tandem with the growth agenda for economic growth and the creation of jobs. And it is actually wonderful. It's green jobs, something that will be sustainable and protective of our environment.
Ambassador Saunders and Mr. Curtis were addressing a recent GIS think tank. Among other things, Farm Up Jamaica provides organic farming material and technical assistance to smallholder farmers and students. Through its Navel String project, partnerships are formed with overseas nationals to cultivate their inactive lands in Jamaica. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is now in Brazil in support of Jamaica's athletes participating in the 2016 Olympic Games. The Prime Minister, who left the island yesterday, will be in Rio until August 16. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister said Mr. Holness considered it important to bring the good wishes of the nation directly to the athletes. While Prime Minister Holness is off the island, Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Derek Smith, is in charge of the government. And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
We have championed eLearning in Jamaica, provided state-of-the-art technology in over 200 educational institutions, developed materials for CSEC, piloted the Tablets in Schools project in 38 schools, including infant and primary, and trained thousands of teachers in technology integration. We are eLearning Jamaica Company Limited, ELJAM, an agency of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology. Visit our website, www.elearnja.org.
An updated youth policy that caters to the needs of its targeted members is just one of the priority areas of the Youth Ministry. Let's find out more about the administration's plans for this group.
We send them go to school, but them bound to the brace limitations of time and space.
Our youth represent vibrant possibilities for development now and in the future, reads a line from Jamaica's current draft green paper for the National Youth Policy. The nation's youth, as defined by the United Nations, are those within the 15 to 24 age group. They play a critical role in Jamaica achieving economic growth and development. It is for this reason that State Minister in the Youth Ministry, Floyd Green, recently hosted a consultation session with young leaders from across the nation.
Shante French, and I'm the Regional Assistant Secretary.
My name is Sean Edwards, Student Council President at St. George's College and also the NSCC Assistant Treasurer.
My name is Alton Ratchery, President of the National Secondary Student Council.
They and their peers were introduced to the Youth State Minister's vision and course of action for the way forward.
But more important to hear from you, because in my vision and in my direction, I believe that you have the answers, the solutions to the problems facing our young people.
So what are some of the things that the Youth Ministry plans to focus on in the next couple years?
We can make it if we try. Only if we try.
Both of you would have been involved in the configuration of the youth policy. You know it's now at green paper stage. After the green paper, there were some consultations that were had. We're now collating all of that information to see the, positive, constructive suggestions that were made in relation to the youth policy. So we will have to spend some time reviewing what is there. After we've reviewed what is there, then moving forward to put forward a policy that captures the vision that we have for the ministry in the quickest possible time. We want to revamp them. We want to revamp how they are looked at. We want to revamp the approach that we take to them. Now they're branded as safe spaces. We want to change that. We want them to be seen as creative places. We want to change them from really youth information centers to youth innovation communities. So we're going to start looking at our information centers as our thinking labs and creative spaces. How are we going to do that in a real way? One, we're going to form what we call a youth advisory council. In essence, it's a group of advisors for the minister. In the short term, it's a group of advisors, youth advisors, for the ministers of education and youth. The advisory council will sit, meet with the ministers will go over their ideas with them, the advisory council will give feedback that ministers can then take into account when crafting policy. There was a time that there used to be a youth parliament. We believe it is critical in reinforcing ideas of democracy, rights, responsibilities. We know a lot of our young people have given up on politics regardless of political party, right? We have to, through agencies like the Youth Parliament that can engage young people in parliamentary style debates on real issues, find a way to re-engender that trust, that confidence, and for them to understand what politics really is. So we're going to bring back the Youth Parliament. We want to bring it back this year. We believe that Youth Month should be a celebration of youth culture. We want to ensure that Youth Month is alive, that Youth Month has the energy that is getting our young people into productive activity, right? We believe that things like in Youth Month, we should have something like a youth festival, right? That celebrates our young people in a real way. And in other areas, in terms of culture, in terms of art, that is what we want to look at.
The youth need to know, say knowledge are the key to any possibility that them can achieve. The youth need to know the ways to the truth.
But we want you to understand that this is your country, your ministry, and you are going to set the parameters. What then is the vision of the Ministry of Youth? And that is clearly to provide that platform that enables our young people to ensure that they can be the global world changers that we know they are. This is about us working together to frame the Jamaica that we all want to see.
So the school never witnessed them arrival. Whenever teach them the unity action, so I fear competition with them rival. Still the youth need to know the knowledge of the...
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think I saw? We reach out the edging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican.
Building the business acumen of today's youth promotes a generation of economic drivers. School Zone recently stopped in St. Mary, where young people were being turned on to the benefits of entrepreneurship.
In today's School Zone, we're all the way in St. Mary at the Iona High School for their career day, looking at the whole issue of entrepreneurship and the 21st century. Plus,
hello and welcome to In the Zone News. I am Mediska Gibbon.
Start it. My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream. Hear the most I in my sleep when me sleep.
My name is Charles Ferguson and I would like to start a photography company.
My goal is to reach my goal.
My name is Leon Dawkins and I like to run a music company.
Look at me now, when them treat me less than gold.
My name is Ali and I would like to start my own restaurant.
Look at me now, look at me.
My name is Tivon Lovelace and I would like to start a music business.
Go round me, go round, no one used to come round me.
big dreams from budding entrepreneurs. Just a few of those looking towards a self-sufficient future. Building on the lessons being learned at the Iona High School, they got a major push at the institution's Career Day exercise organized by the school's past students.
You're never too young to start a business, and we want to get that in the students' mind from now. So that is why we are here on campus, to get the students enthused about creating their own business and not just be rigid towards, let's say, becoming a teacher, becoming a lawyer. A career doesn't stop there.
My dream is to become a successful entrepreneur. My dream, like Martin Luther King, is to become a commercial pilot by profession. But as life progresses, I would like to become an entrepreneur. I would like to start my own small business, like a car mart,
Entrepreneurs and other professionals shared with the students the ins and outs of running their own businesses.
An entrepreneur is someone who has an idea, conceptualizes the idea, and brings the idea to fruition. An entrepreneur is somebody who takes risks. That person sees an opportunity for making some funds or see an opportunity for growing their passion into profits, and they take a chance, they take a risk.
One of the good things about the people who want to do music business, that the internet makes it so easy now. A lot of people now are posting stuff up on YouTube. That's where they start, Facebook, and they're just making their videos going viral.
Tertiary institutions were also on hand to share some of the programs students could pursue.
Not only are jobs going behind the desk anymore, but jobs are for skills-based programs, right? So students have the opportunity there.
We do have a program in entrepreneurship in the humanities. You need to have mathematics for that. There is a program in entertainment and cultural enterprise management. And again, mathematics is good for you because you're going to be doing some business-related courses. But if you're interested in the creative industries, then that's an area maybe for music and drama and for managing of these industries. That is a good program that you can do.
And the day would not be complete without some light fun and entertainment.
In the future, I want to make my own money. Money in my pocket, make it roll like a bucket.
Up next, In the Zone with Raziska.
In this life, you can lead if you only believe. And in order to achieve what you need, you can never give up. You can never give up.
Hello, and welcome to In the Zone News. I am Mediska Gibbon. Recently, Mario Kelvin won first place in an international children environmental poster competition. Mario is from the Caenwood Primary School in St. James. He is soft-spoken, but his joy is loud and clear.
Happy. Congrats, Mario. Keep being creative and environmentally aware. And a final word from our friends over at Iona High.
Be an entrepreneur, be the boss.
My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream.
I'm young, gifted, and violence-free.
I will stand up for peace.
No matter what you say,
you can't take that away.
I'm young,
gifted, and violence-free.
I choose to live.
I choose to be me.
On December 17, 1999, the United Nations General Assembly declared that August 12 each year should be celebrated as International Youth Day. 17 years later, the observation has gained global momentum, annually putting critical youth issues on the front burner. This year's theme focuses on the leading role of young people in ensuring poverty eradication and achieving lasting development through sustainable consumption and production. So today, Jamaicans join others across the globe in celebrating our nation's youth, including those who are among the dynamic team representing the country in the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio. Outside of sport, Jamaican youth are eradicating poverty through their involvement in agriculture, technology and business. Take, for instance, Kim Roy Bailey and his innovative renewable energy enterprise. Our educator Gordon Swaby, who is improving the literacy and numeracy levels of not only Jamaicans, but anyone with access to the internet through his award-winning edufocal entity. Jamaican youth are a big deal, propelling Jamaica towards being the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Well, I dare to make a difference, and I dare to take a stand. Let me dare you to think of someone else who's in need of a helping hand.
The Office of the Children's Advocate is very aware that we have some parents who get particularly anxious at the start of a new school year. And so we really just wanted to share with you a few tips that you can utilize to help keep your children, especially the very young ones who are going out for the first time, nice and safe from sexual abuse. Parents need to recognize that the private parts, as we call them, or the genitalia, are regular parts of the body. And so in teaching your children about the forehead and the nose and the hand, you can also teach them the names of these body parts, because that does two things. It puts them in a position to speak about these parts when something is going wrong, and it also tells them that even though they're private parts, it's not too private to talk about, particularly with a parent. Children need to know that there should be no secrets between them and their parents or guardians. Oftentimes, when persons want to abuse children, they tend to encourage them to keep a little secret. You know, this is between me and you. But from very early, parents need to establish with their children that the lines of communication are open. Mommy and daddy, or auntie and uncle, or whoever is the responsible adult in that child's life, can actually have a discussion, age appropriate of course, about anything at all that may be troubling the child. The third tip is that parents need to cultivate throughout the child's lifespan that environment whereby the child feels comfortable to speak. Conversation should not be off limit, topics should not be taboo, and you really need to get to a stage whereby you have teachable moments, we call them. So we see a lot of things reported in the newspapers, sometimes on the nightly news, and we can use some of these instances of horrible things that are happening to other children to start little discussions with our own children to give them tips as to how they can avoid or prevent, perhaps completely, any such reality happening to them. For these tips, and of course any other information that deals with children, that is anyone under 18 years, please feel free to contact the Office of the Children's Advocate. We're at 72 Harbour Street, downtown Kingston, and our numbers are 948-1134, or website www.oca.gov.jm.
Well, I dare to make a difference, and I dare to take a stand. Let me dare you to think of someone else who's in need of a helping hand. But if I dare...
day is dawning, it's time to arise. We are the gene of achievement and pride.
Bold new beginning, time for action. We have the spirit to fight on. This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this is our land.
Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity.
Leaving our children a legacy of hope, breaking the shackles and smashing the old.
This is Jamaica, this is our land.
This is our
We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this
Let me hear the children say.
This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have a future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Come on, everybody, let's sing. This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica, this is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
All the people them when I want Zig V, hold up your hand. Zig V in the Caribbean territory, but we now want that virus take set pan we. So make sure send us stagnant water inside and mash up all my state or breed inside. More hole in the tin them where you dash way and change the water in your vase every day. No later dispose of your garbage proper. You know them the thing that we turn drain back. Tour your community and tour your yard for suppress mosquito. We have figure hard dash we all tire turn over drum pan for prevention is the greatest weapon. And special shout out to pregnant ladies. Protect yourselves and protect your babies. Draw for your zapper and your mosquito spray. If we do all that we can to keep them away. For we now was in vain.
We've come to the end of Jamaica Magazine for this Friday. Thanks for spending time with us. Remember to keep up to date with the latest government information. Join us online at jis.gov.jm or watch our programs on our YouTube channel. And be sure to check out our other social media platforms. You may also catch a new edition of Jamaica Magazine tomorrow on this very station. Until then, I am Adrian Atkinson. Have yourselves a great evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.